So Tommy, women say we can't control them. So you telling me we can make women hoes, but we can't make them wives?
No. Women will tell you anything they want to, just like my daughter says, this is my room. Is it really her room?
No, that's not what I'm asking. You can't. If a woman wants to be a hoe, she's gonna be a hoe. If she wants to be a wife, she's gonna be a wife. Same thing with you.
And if a man wants to keep her in that spot where she's at, if men had any unity, y'all had a young lady up here on the panel earlier. I watched how so many men would sit up there talking about, yeah. Y'all don't check background and y'all don't care. But if you check background and you did care, because that used to be a thing. It used to be a thing when you checked the background on a woman. It used to be a thing where stupid people in the class didn't get up to speak. But now it's 2023. The dumbest people got the biggest Instagrams, don't they? You know, when I was a young man, I'm an old man. When I was young, you were dumb and you knew you were dumb, so you didn't speak up so other people knew you were dumb. So, now you can speak up because it's somebody that's going to back your dumbness. Hoes used to keep quiet. They would never tell you they slept with a married man. Do you know why? It used to be a thing that men would do. And let me say this to you, brother, and you tell me if I'm telling the truth or not. All men got to do is do something as simple as this. As soon as Mariah Mills tells on the guy she's screwing and outs him in public, no other man deals with her because we say, I don't. You
know how she get done.
You violated.
No man with money will deal with you because you're telling us. It used to be if you cheated with a married man, we said, well, you're just good for that. Nobody will try to date you because you cheated with a married man. But now we see Superhead get a husband after writing a book and have a child. So if you're a woman, what stops you from going to be a whore when you see the whore still wins?
No, that's Tommy, you making my point.
But that's a man's fault.
No, they support the culture.
Yes, it is. She would not have done that had we have not told her it was okay.
We talked about this on the panel with Precious. If I go to deal with Precious know I'm married, and I deal with her, and she don't go tell Chanel, they're supporting it conveniently. They're supporting it. They're engaging in the behavior. All we do is support. We women are here for our
goofy.
We gonna sleep with a woman
ass shit. This is why you can't listen.
We gonna deal with women as a married woman.
To these men. This is why you cannot
Kurt, you got a rebuttal? Go ahead.
No, because shit that they say. Do you hear the they say trigger? Like, honestly, first you condemn hoes for being hoes, and then you turn around and say, "Okay, with having a wife and a side chick." Like, what the hell do y'all want?
That's on the pin. I agree.
I'm telling y'all.
But he began the premise by saying that if every man can have it their way, they would like a wife and a side chick. That's what he literally said.
So is it women's job to make
us men and not the women?
Is it women's job to make us men?
It's on the men to make the choices to make a woman a side chick. Though.
No, it's not a woman's job to make us a man.
It's her responsibility to show up as a woman. That's her responsibility. It got nothing to do with us. That's her responsibility. Has nothing to do with me.
But she has to be taught by a man, and
no, she has to grow up into a woman.
Women don't do nothing without men.
It comes to coaching.
Look, everything comes from men: food, water, shelter, and belief system. God, all that stuff. All that comes down to men. So overall, what Kurz was saying I totally agree. Everything comes from what men. So if a man cheats on his wife and has a side chick, now the side chick is birth. Okay. If men did not have side chicks, there would be no side chicks. Women don't control nothing. I always say women are children. We give a child some candy, then the child gets fat. Who makes the child fat? The parent, not the child.
Curves, let me answer the question for you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ali. Go ahead.
No, so brothers got these podcasts because women listen to men. Like, since we give the instruction, women listen to that instruction. They listen to us telling them to be wives. We tell them to keep their legs closed. They don't follow none of them. From 16 to adulthood, they go,
your daddy got to do that.
These women are watching y'all podcast and cussing them out. I had one of the biggest podcasts, and I know they were watching my podcast to say he don't know what he talking about. He a coon, and he must not get no cat. Women are the disruptors naturally. They are there to do just what a child does: disrupt things that they don't want to do. I've been saying that. The whole idea of what a woman watches, she's not watching this and doing it. It is rare. That's why I was so happy when Chanel said what she said.
She's watching and watching.
The majority listens to rebut and debate. That's what they're doing, because if you put a woman in a position where she ain't comfortable, she gonna put a bunch of other women in position to go after you. They do it in the church. If you say something about sister so-and-so who in the front and she got any pull that she don't like what you said, she gonna turn that around and make you look bad. They have been doing this. Women have that power of making other people follow them if they're in a position to where they feel uncomfortable. They used to didn't be able to do this.
Through victimhood. They look for ways to be victims.
Thank you. Look at how they do these people now. They come out 20 years. Chris Brown beat me too. So why was it 90 women that done say Chris Brown done beat him? Because they know there's a paycheck in victimhood. And they know they can hurt the individual who gave them a name. Remember this, and I've always said it on all my shows. I've said this one thing, and it's true. Nobody can debate it. Men make women. Women don't make men. When Allen Iverson sleeps with a woman, that woman can go out and get a podcast and get a name just for being with him. You ain't gonna get none, no matter how fine a woman is. Your name ain't gonna boost up. Remember, Ray J slept with Kim Kardashian. They both slept with each other. Which one got rich?
Facts.
I mean, and honestly, Priscilla is a prime example of that. What Tommy Sotomayor just said. She was a prime example. What did she do? She came in, disrupted. All her followers came in with her, and and not once did they have and I watch, and again, and Curse kind of alluded to this. I watched them contradict themselves several times. I even when I asked Curse, like, what was the difference between what she said and what Trigger Mike said, and what was and what did you see? Everybody basically agreed with Curse and said, "Oh no, she right," but Trigger Mike did the exact same thing she did, and they just argued and disrupted.
Yep,
and it's our fault. But it's our fault. Look at what men are doing. When Trigger Mike says something, or I say something, or Mr. Let Go says something, or you, Sweeney, when you say something, as a man, if you see a large crowd, it's hard to agree because we're all in the same group of trying to sleep with these women. And I got to stand out more than you did. So I'd rather find a place where I disagree with you. But women, even if they don't like each other, when they find a way that they can break down the castle door, if they all work together, you know what they do? They'll work together to get that castle door down. They'll decide how to divide the kingdom once they take over it. We as men won't sit there and do something as simple as that. Say, hey, these men are bringing attention to things that is a problem. There is no reason why we have so many black men talking about relationships, but no black men at all talking about being single fathers and trying to get custody or getting the rights to their children, because there are more of us being single fathers than there are of us being married. But why do we have conversations more about being married than being fathers? Because we know women are willing to come and listen to those conversations and pay for them. They ain't gonna pay for us talking about being men and taking control of our kids' lives. They won't listen to that.
We sure enough had a conversation.
It doesn't involve them, so that
it involves. Remember, this is the same group that says we need more y'all black men. If y'all took care of y'all kids, they wouldn't be doing this. Oh, it involves them, but they know that would be giving up the power they have. If more black men took care of their kids, they would have less power. That's why they don't push it. They only say it as a rebuttal or a disruptor. They only say you take care of your kids, not because they want you to, but to try and belittle you.
See, life will be totally different.
They wouldn't be online
talking. Children live with their fathers. Everything would be different if children live with their fathers. They don't want that. And the word "they" is the people selling to women don't want that, because if more men were raised right and more women were raised right, and they were raised under their fathers, they wouldn't be consumers. They wouldn't be buying wigs. They wouldn't be buying eyelashes. They would be saving their money because their daddy would be like, don't come to my house wearing that. What is this shit? No, you're not doing that. It won't be no OnlyFans. It will be nothing because their fathers won't have it.
The girls with OnlyFans have no fathers. Their mothers are okay with that OnlyFans check. A father will go out and work his hand. I do all kind of fuck shit to make sure my daughter doesn't have to. But her mother will allow her to do whatever. If you saw this show, P-Valley, and I don't watch hood shit, but P-Valley proved my point. Mama was a Christian and was still willing to take daughter's money from stripping to help herself.
Fathers,
we won't do that. We will empty trash 24 hours a day to make sure our friends don't see our daughter being a hoe. We literally would.
Because a mother, just like you said earlier, because her mother was a hoe.
Yep.